Hey, this is Jared with LegalRideshareTV. Now, as gig workers and rideshare drivers are adapting to this environment, it is important to focus on these changes. I know a lot of drivers are moving into the Uber Eats and Instacart space, so I thought it would be really important to bring back someone from Gridwise to talk about how they're helping you guys make more money and also just have the resources you need. And joining us is, of course, Brandon from Gridwise. How are you, buddy?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Hanging in there. Even since last time that we've talked, so much has changed. I know both of us are trying to just figure this out. It's crazy.
Yeah, we're just kind of trying to stay on top of things. I mean, it's just a crazy world. So we've been just heads down with content, trying to help drivers understand all their options and navigate this kind of mass switch that we're seeing of drivers going from rideshare, of course, to delivery, which it's just been massive. So it's been crazy.
Yeah, and that's, just so people understand at home, just a real quick recap of what exactly is Gridwise. What is the app itself?
Yeah, so I mean, Gridwise is an app, is basically a gig driver assistant app, a rideshare and delivery driver assistant app. So, traditionally we've helped rideshare drivers be able to maximize their income by helping them understand, where and where they should be driving to be able to maximize their earnings, right? So, hey, when should I be at the airport? What events are going on? Things like that. Obviously, that stuff isn't incredibly relevant anymore, but what is still relevant is, and in fact, even more relevant, is not only do you want to be able to track your mileage, but you also want to be able to track your earnings and track those earnings by service. And what we're seeing right now is drivers are switching to delivery. We just did a study, 49% of drivers are switching have completely stopped driving for these rideshare services and have switched to driving just for delivery services. So with that, you have drivers doing DoorDash, they're doing Uber Eats, they're doing Instacart, they're doing Shipt, they're doing everything, right? And then so how do you keep track of all your earnings when you're so cross-platform as you should be? That's kind of where we come in, and we just simply allow drivers to track, hey, how much did I make today with Instacart? How much did I make today with DoorDash, etc.? Be able to have that all in one place so you can kind of just aggregate your earnings, know where you should be focusing your time and energy.
Yeah, and that's what I want to get to. Some of the features, like you said, you already brought it up about the focus on the delivery driver, so Instacart, Uber Eats. If there's kind of just a shopping list of features, what are they right now that if someone gets the app, they're focused on Instacart or Uber Eats, what do they get?
Yeah, I mean, right now, if I'm an Instacart or an Uber Eats or a delivery driver, just in general, the first thing I want to do is I want to make sure I'm tracking my miles. These companies don't do a great job at all of helping you track your mileage. They will give you kind of only a snippet of the mileage that you're actually tracking. So you're at the end of the year when tax time comes, you're not getting all of your deductions, right? So that's number one. Number two is, again, just being able to track where are my earnings coming from. I want to make sure that if I'm a driver that if I'm making more on DoorDash than I am on Postmates, or if I'm making more on Shipt than I am on Instacart, I want to make sure that I one, know that, and then two, I'm able to then focus my time on those services. So helping drivers be able to easily track their earnings right now, so they can across services and actually compare them to your peers in your community are big features for us.
And that's awesome. And I think, and one of the things I see a lot, because I'm in a lot of the Instacart groups and rideshare groups and gig worker groups. Yeah. A lot of them, especially now with delivery, there's a lot of concern about, even with COVID-19, how they protect themselves. Instacart isn't doing the best job sometimes. Yeah. Do you guys have anything right now that when they go to your app that you guys can help them out?
Yeah, one of the things that we want to make sure that we're doing a great job is of just making sure drivers are informed of content, right? So a lot of the things that are happening in the industry right now, from honestly, just being able to understand how you can file unemployment in your state, being able to understand, how you can actually get one of these, some of these face masks that Uber and the other companies are promising you, to being able to understand, hey, how can I actually take advantage of all the sick pay that, again, Uber, Lyft, these services, Instacart, I think they've been especially bad at this, have promised drivers, right? So, I think we do a really good job of making sure that we, are able to aggregate that content and be able to tell drivers about that. And that's one of the most important things that we are able to do right now. It's just make sure that drivers know, what are your options, what are your rights in a lot of these situations.
Cool, and you had told me this a little bit ago, but you do even have some additional features coming down the pipe too, right?
Yeah. So a couple of really cool things are going to be happening from a demand gen standpoint. So this is a little bit of a sneak peek here. Not only are we going to be able to help drivers further automate, their earnings tracking, but we're also going to be able to start to help drivers that are in the delivery segment be able to understand, hey, what parts of the city am I, making the most money from when I'm driving there, and what does that look like from a community standpoint as well. So it gives you a little bit of a heat map of, when and where you should be driving. So, and that's coming down the pipe in a couple months here, but just a little sneak preview of what we got going on here.
Nice, I love it. Yeah, just to wrap this up, just so people know, where can they get the app? What's your contact info? How can they be part of this?
Yeah, I would definitely go to Gridwise.io. You can grab the app from there, but you can also just check out your app store, iOS, Android app. Just go ahead and search Gridwise in there. And then if you do have any questions, I'm super open to talking to drivers all the time. I email back and forth with 10, 15 drivers every single day. So if you have any questions, if I can help at all, shoot me an email at Brandon@Gridwise.io.
Perfect. I was actually going to ask that. I do know that you're very active. I see a lot of your emails. So those who are watching, make sure to reach out if you have questions to either one of us. And I know Brandon is happy to help. So once again, thank you, sir. I'm sure we'll be chatting with you soon.
All right. Thanks.